you and me, everyone has that friend or a group of friends with whom you might have the group study out there. Study the same thing, my dear children. When the paper or the results come out, it is like, okay, one have got 100 on 100, the other one probably somewhere around 90, the other one 80, and always follow IEC. What is that? Do not invest the same energy for all questions, because it's not. The sixth point is for everyone who have subscribed to the channel. A very big hello to my chutku buddy out there. I hope you are doing absolutely good. Well, first of all, thank you so much for the love you're pouring to this particular channel in the forms of views and subscribers. We love you all. And this is how we are going to show our love in the forms of videos, my dear children. Today I am here to help you with writing the perfect answer to get that perfect score, that is 100 on 100. And before I get ahead with that, okay, I want to tell you a thing that probably everyone can relate to. So you and me, everyone has that friend or a group of friends with whom you might have done the group study out there, right? Now, after every group study, even though we study the same thing, my dear children, when the paper or the results come out, it is like, okay, one have got 100 on 100, the other one probably somewhere around 90, the other one 80, and the other one I'm not telling the marks. But why is this range so different out there? And to answer that question, I think there is only one thing. The way we answer the question. A person answers differently, B person answers differently, and C obviously does it differently, which is why you have different set of marks out there. And I do not want that difference to come in your group, in your study group. So share it with your friends so that everyone gets 100 on 100, right? We are not competitive here, we are friends, right? So yes, I'll be starting off with the first point that you need to remember, and that is the answer flow. Always follow IEC. What is that? That is, whenever you write the answer, introduction should come first, and then comes explanation, and then comes conclusion. Without it, if you write the answer, the teacher might be like, oh my god, what have this particular person written out there? So your intro should contain a short definition out there, short, very short, not too much, okay? Your explanation should contain the crisp points that you need to write out there. Whatever the question is asking, you need to write the explanation to that in points. And the third one, the conclusion should be like, you should be wrapping up everything in one line. Not like, again, you're writing the whole answer up there. That's not needed. So your answer, if at all, it has the introduction and explanation and conclusion, you can expect full on full in that particular answer. And I'm going to show you our answer like that. So over here, they are talking about the baking powder. So the introduction is right over here, baking powder is prepared with baking soda, this and that, or whatever is there. And then comes the explanation, and at the end, there is what? A conclusion out there. So this is what? The intro. This is what? The explanation. And then comes what? Your conclusion. If you write the whole thing properly, what will you get? You'll get the marks. So always remember IEC. Now the second thing is your answer structure. Do not invest the same energy for all questions, because it's not worth it, my dear children. It's not at all worth it. Always understand that you have 1 marker, 2 marker, 5 marker and 4 marker. You should not write the answer like for 1 marker I am writing 5 points out there. You are wasting your energy. And more than energy, you're wasting your time. We will come to time later on. But this is very much, you would be exhausted by the end of the paper. You should know that. So what is the correct way, ma'am? So for 1 marker question, my dear children, you write the direct definition or the word or the phrase, whatever is there. No need to add up any other story. This happened, nothing. Be very precise of what is being asked, write that. That's all. Okay, the next thing. 2-3 markers. Just write 2 to 3 crisp points. I will say, rather than putting 2 to 3, you can go with 3 to 4 points as well. Not a big problem. If that's a 2 marker question, you can go ahead with 3 or 4 points out there, but not beyond that. You do not need to answer it like that. So probably whoever sets the paper, they have set it in a way that you can complete it within the 3-hour time period which is there. Which is why they know that, okay, they're not expecting you to write everything. They're expecting you to write the correct answer. And when the teacher who is checking the paper sees that, okay, this child has written everything that I needed, he or she would not be concerned about anything. He or she will give you marks like this. You get it? So please do that. And 5 markers, they are kind of very special. Why? Because they hold 5 marks for sure. And I am not here to tell you how many points you should write. You should be writing enough points, whatever justifies that 5 marks. But one thing that you should have it in your head is, please use headings, subheadings and things like that. Why? Because it helps you to understand that you are not writing more, and it helps the teacher to understand that, okay, this child has written everything. I'm telling you one thing very honestly, I have checked so many papers, and with that experience I am telling you, if at all I see the subpoints and everything is correct, I may not look entirely to each and every bit of the answer, because there are piles of answers put down up there. So if you have very specifically written the subpoints and the headings properly, you may get marks. That does not mean that you just put the subheadings and you write a song in there. That would not give you marks. Okay, please do not be doing that. You just have to write it properly. That's what I meant to say, and it gives you as well a lot more clarity. So that's about the answer structure. So if it's a 1 marker, direct answer. If it's a 2 marker, you can give 3 to 4 points out there, but in points. Okay. If it's a 5 marker, please answer as much as it is needed, but use headings as well as your subheadings. That will help you in understanding you're not writing way too much or you're not writing way too less as well. Done. Children, if you think that this video is giving you some clarity on certain things out there, what you have to do, click on the like button and share it with your friends also, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button if at all you have not. Okay, now going ahead with the third thing is answer presentation. How you should be presenting your answers. Ma'am, I'll just take the highlighter, I'll color everything out there, my paper will look super good. No one does that, and I'm pretty sure my dear children so definitely would not be doing that. Jokes apart, listen, so when, okay, you enter a room, probably you imagine that you are entering a room and you wanted to find a pen. Okay, you are trying to find a pen, but the room is so messed up, okay, you are not able to understand where you should start searching from. Okay, what will you do? You will obviously get frustrated, and probably at the end you might just give up. Like, it's just a pen, I can buy a new pen out there, or probably I can have other options out there. That's what probably you might do. The same thing happens over here as well. Whenever a teacher is checking the paper, if at all you have just messed around everything is scattered, you have done the crisscrossing thing, and you are not writing your answers properly, you are not underlining the things which are important, you are not using headings, you are not using points, what happens is the teacher feels the same thing. It's all very messy. Why should I invest too much time to give marks to this child out there who have not put down the basic efforts of writing the answer properly? So the teacher might be, okay, it's out of 3, then probably I might give just 1 mark or half a mark, that's all. But you might have written everything, but not in a proper way. You get it? So your efforts are going on waste, my dear children, which is why this particular part is very, very important, that is answer presentation. So the first thing is that you have to write the answer in points, not paragraphs. No one has that time to read the paragraphs, and if your first 2 points itself are so correct, then it feels so good for the teacher to read it. And now the next thing, underline the keywords. You are like showing, okay, the examiner is looking for the correct answer and you are showing that, hey, the answer is here, right here. So the examiner feels like, oh my god, this child has made my work so easy. Let's give them marks. You get it? So please underline the keywords which are there. That does not mean you have to underline everything. Just the keywords but the question is asking. Those whatever thing that question is asking, you have to underline that. Okay. And now the third thing. Add diagrams and flowcharts wherever it is necessary. I'm not saying you should be drawing the diagrams everywhere, wherever it is not asked, and also using the flowcharts. But when you think that, okay, I do not have much things to add up, probably a value addition could be a flowchart which could make the teacher understand things very easily. Add that up. Okay, whenever a diagram is being asked, you should add the diagram, but whenever you feel that an answer is not clearly been understandable, you can help the teacher understand it by the use of diagram. So you draw a diagram, you label it 1, 2, 3, 4 and do things like that, and then write 1 point, this means this particular thing. Second one, it means this particular thing. For example, I am talking about heart. Okay, whatever the structure of heart is, if I am making sure that, okay, this is the first part and this is the function of this particular part, it will be very much clear. You have labeled as 1. You have put down the name, and then in your explanation, you are explaining what does this particular thing do. You get it? So it becomes all the more easy for the teacher to give you marks then. So add diagrams and flowcharts wherever it is necessary, and whenever you are drawing a diagram, make sure, I have not written it, but you have to know, you have to label it. So labelings are really important. Without labeling, it's of no use. Okay, please label it. And the fourth point, use subheadings. We have discussed it already. For long answers, do not just go around in points, rather than use subheadings. Okay, this is there and then comes this. This is there and then comes this. It makes it very easy for the teacher and you also, as I said, to analyze what you have written, what you have not. Okay, that is clear? I hope it's crystal clear. And here I have an answer where a flowchart is being mentioned. So you know, in science there is like what do you call, trophic level, things like that. A plant has this, how much energy will be passed on to the tiger on the third trophic level and things like that. So it can be written like this. It can be written like this, or you can write in paragraph also like this is happening and this minus 10. But if you are actually putting a flowchart, you are giving an explanation like this, it actually helps the teacher to find the answer more appealing. Okay, this child knows things, which is why they have written like this. So it's not like always you have to write so many things. Okay, you have to write whatever is needed, and then you can take the help of these flowcharts to give your answers a better look and better appeal out there. So for example, here it is explanation part is done within 3 points, and then comes these things. You get it? This is a very helpful visual aid that can help get you the marks that you're looking forward for. That does not mean, again, as I said, you should not be doing this. Okay, you should not be doing this when you do not have time. Okay, and also if your answer is of like 2 marks, okay, 2 marks question, you have already given 4 points and then you are planning to make the flowchart and all. No. Look for the weightage of the question and then only do all this thing. Okay, clear? And now, going ahead. Where is it? Time management. You just have 3 hours. Always remember that. No one during any exam gets more than 3 hours. So it's same for all. Question paper is also same for all. Okay. Where does the difference lie? First difference lies in what you have learnt and come over here to give the examination. Second difference lies in what way are you answering the paper. And this also matters a lot. You have to make sure you're using these 3 hours wisely, my dear children. And by that, I mean that for a 1 marker question, you should not be taking too much of your time. As I said, energy is there. You should not be putting down so much energy, writing down so many things. And that's the same thing if you talk about time as well. You should not be wasting too much time and writing so many things. Just 1 minute for a 1 marker question. That's enough. Not beyond that. If you come to 2 marker question, 2 minutes, or it can go to 3 minutes as well. But try your maximum to complete it within a certain range and not go beyond that. Because you will be having your 5 marker as well as your 4 marker questions also. So in 5 marker, you need to invest time because there you are actually fighting for those 5 marks. There's a difference between 2 and 5, you need to remember that. So for 5 marker, you can go for 5 to 6 minutes. Again, as I said, not beyond that. If at all you're going somewhere beyond the time, it should be this, not any of these things. Here it should be fixed. If at all you want to spend that extra time, give it in the 5 marker questions. You get it? Because that will give you the 5 marks that you're looking forward for. When you talk about the 4 markers, again, that is mostly 4 markers might be divided into subparts 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it might not take much amount of your time to write those answers, which is why I have not mentioned it. Okay, but you should remember that time is ticking. You just have 3 hours and these 3 hours should be making the difference. Okay, how you attempt in these or how you perform in these 3 hours makes the whole difference. Remember that. Now, the last minute check, which is the last point. So, it's always better than the last minute regret. What do I mean by that? So, there are certain children, even including me, I have done that, I'm telling you. So, I will write everything out there, but then later on, I do not have time to have that check. Why is it important? Because probably I might have messed up with the number of questions. Okay, that question number 1, I might have marked it as 2. Okay, question number 3, I might have marked it as 4, things like that. Probably there might be a question paper and there might be a question at the end. I might have not seen it. I might have attempted the next question out there. You get it? So it also contains marks and I'm losing marks out there in that sense. You get it? So these are very, very important things. And let me tell you in brief, all about all of it. Okay, so check if answers are numbered correctly. That is your first priority. Second priority, check if every part of the question is answered. I said no, there are certain questions which are missed because they are at the end of the paper. You may not consider it sometimes because you are in that mode of examination. So don't do that mistake, okay? Check at the entire page. Have you answered all of the questions before you turn around? Always have that in your head. Now ensure diagrams are labeled. If at all it is not labeled, your marks would be going. So it comes to specific subjects such as science and all, your diagram should be labeled. In math, you should make sure your step, whatever you have written, it is written properly, because step marking is also there. You need to know that. So these are the last minute checks that you need to do. If you do that, you can avoid what? The regret later on that I didn't do that. So always reserve that 5 minutes for doing all this thing. It's very, very important. So you should have that extra time. How will you get that extra time? If you manage your time properly in all these sections out there. Okay, and how will you get that? By practicing questions. If at all you are not practicing within the time limit, ma'am, if I am not practicing within the time limit, I will not understand, or I will not train myself how to write answers or how to divide my time with each sections are there. That comes with experience, and experience cannot be gained just on the day of examination, okay? Because that is your final thing. You cannot experiment there. You have to do it before. So start experimenting from now itself. And now, the sixth point is for everyone who have subscribed to the channel. So if at all you have not subscribed to the channel, will you get the sixth point? Yes, you will obviously get. But it's just a way to tell you that you need to subscribe to the channel, my dear children. Why? Because as I said, we are trying to help you in as many ways as possible. And when we see that so many people are getting in the help of it, our motivation also goes really, really up. The bonus point that I have for you is that whenever you write the answer to some questions are there, make sure you are giving some examples. So some people, that's the difference. That's where the difference lies between 100 and a 99. You get it? So some people give explanation, give examples as well. In a way, teacher feels like, oh, yes, that's super good. Then probably I should just give this particular person 99 and probably I should give him or her the 100 that everyone is looking forward for. So all the small things makes a difference. Make sure you are giving a thorough thought to all of it. And if at all, as I said, if at all you think that this video helped you so well, share it with your friends. Okay, do not be selfish and do not forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Wishing you all the best. Lots and lots of love from Jasmine Ma'am. Bye bye. Take care.